Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Brandon again. In today's video, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the costs of my current home gym setup. Now, this is going to be a quicker video. I'm not going to go too in depth on the equipment itself because literally it's only been in my basement for a week, and I do want to revisit this video maybe in a month or 2 months when I've added some things and found out what I need or what I don't need, and I can give you really better justification or brief reviews on all of this equipment to say if it was truly worth the cost, because I have a feeling it's going to be expensive, and I don't actually know how much it costs off the top of my head because I bought these in pieces, and plus I don't want to really look at the overall sticker price. So what I'll do is, as I'm showing you and talking about these things, I will have the price of the item in the left hand side of the video and the overall cost of the gym on the right hand side as I add pieces. So let's get to it. All right, so obviously the main centerpiece here is going to be the rack. This is a Rogue RML 690C. You can see the Rogue nameplate there. That's one of the differences between the 690C and the standard 690. The other main difference is the color of the rack itself. So the 690 usually only comes in black. I'm assuming the C denotes color because you have the option to choose from a lot of different ones, and I chose to go with the bright blue color. Just know that this does add about $200 extra to the cost. So between the nameplate and the color, that's the only real difference here of the 690C versus the 690. So just know that if you're looking to save money, probably don't want to go with the C version. I do like the blue a lot, and I wanted it to kind of pop. The basement itself is kind of dark, as you can see. Plus, I really like how the blue and the black contrast together. The nice thing about the 690, regardless, is you get a lot of other things. So they come with pull-up bars, for instance. You don't have to buy any kind of attachments for that. It does come standard with pin bar safeties. I chose to upgrade to some safety straps myself. I really like these straps. I think they're pretty versatile. I'll do a review on them later. Just know that going with this route instead of the standard actual safety pins adds another $100. They do come standard with J cups as well, so there you have some plastic in there as well to protect your bar. There are other options where you can upgrade these. I didn't think it was necessary. It comes with a set of 4 pairs of plate storage, so 2 longer ones and 2 shorter ones per side. Again, that's one of the reasons I wanted to go with the 690C. It's a little bit bigger of a rack, but it had integrated plate storage, which I thought was huge. I did also have to pay to have these custom cut. Typically, these are going to be about 5 inches longer, but that would get me pretty close to the ceiling. So I went with a cut of 85 inches, which ended up adding to the overall cost of about, again, $200. So I'm going to round around here. So standard for the RML 690, you're looking at a price of around $1,600. To go with the customized color, you're looking at $1,750. However, again, adding in the custom cuts and the safety straps as well, you're looking at a cost of about $2,050, but it also does come with stuff like band pegs, which you could put either on the bottom of the rack or on the top as well. So it's pretty versatile overall rack. Again, pretty expensive, but again, this is the centerpiece of the gym. And overall, can't really complain with the quality. It's built solid. I didn't even have to bolt this thing in. So that brings us to the plates themselves. These are Rogue competition style bumper plates, and the reason I went with these is because I've heard great things about them. I've seen them used on all the super training videos. They're literally within 10 grams of whatever weight they say they are, which is really big in my opinion, but I wanted something that was durable, would last, and really kind of looks nice, like I said, with the rack already. And these Rogue competition bumper plates just really fit the bill. Now you will see that many of them are labeled CrossFit and Reebok 2015 CrossFit Games. I actually got these on special because they were used in the games themselves, so hopefully they have some Rich Froning ball sweat on them, but I got them at a slight discount. And I went with these again because I really wanted something that was accurate. But if you look at competition discs from things like Alico or any of the other big weight training plate companies, they're extremely expensive, and these were too, but just not as expensive as those. And I think overall they're gonna last a long time, and I'm very happy so far with the purchase. I ended up getting roughly 700 pounds of weight for $1,900. So now that we got the 2 big ticket items out of the way, the next thing I want to show you is the adjustable bench I have, again from Rogue. Really solid here. The thing weighs 130 pounds. I got an adjustable bench just because I didn't want to have to buy an incline bench and a flat bench as well. This thing is super heavy duty and super nice, and actually the benching on it feels pretty good. The pad on it is very stiff and firm and has a lot of grip to it, so very happy with this purchase. It ended up costing $545. Now the first bar I picked up is a Westside Power Bar made from Rogue by the specifications of Louis Simmons from obviously Westside Barbell. This is probably a little bit more expensive than some of the other bars that are very similar, but I wanted something with a good knurl, wanted something with a center knurling as well, and this is a bar I've always had my eyes on and one of the things that I really wanted to get for my own home gym. Really happy with it so far. The base price on it is $375. I also picked up an Ohio bar because I wanted something with a little bit less aggressive knurling for the Beyonce or those days where my hands just couldn't take it, as well as have something without a center knurl for those days when we're doing sumo or conventional pulls and I don't want my nuts being grinded down to nothing because there's not much there to begin with. So the Ohio bar here from Rogue, awesome bar overall, $282. So I did a standalone video for the platform itself. The final cost on this was $257, and that's for the 3 bottom layers of plywood, 2 layers of plywood for the top, as well as the horse stall mats. Again, this is a fairly large platform, 8 by 12 feet. You don't necessarily need this big a platform if you're building your own home gym, but I wanted to fit the large rack as well as have an attached area for deadlifting if need be. I wanted to be as efficient as possible, so instead of doing something like a T-bar row, I picked up this post landmine and landmine handle attachment. Combined cost for both of these is $145. Also, in an effort to save space, I picked up a mini deadlift bar jack instead of the full jack. Price on this is $62.50. Pretty versatile, also has some plastic in there to not ruin your bars. I picked up a single 45-pound kettlebell to do some things like some kettlebell swings, but I can also do overhead presses with these. I might pick up some other ones in the future. This is from the Cap brand, and it cost $54.50. Can't have a gym without a curl bar. This is a body solid one for $53. I picked up a few resistance bands for things like mobility as well as to help on squats and deadlifts. Overall, it ended up costing $70.50. Again, in an effort to be efficient, I picked up this Matador attachment to do things like dips on the rack. This thing is very solid, can hold my big fat ass, and is built to last for sure. It ended up costing $86.75. I also picked up this Hampton Pad for like $30 to do things like hip thrusters on, but the Beyonce will probably use them for squats. You have a deadlift jack there, and you have some other odds and ends that people have sent to me over the years that I just threw down here, like some big fat bar grips, some lockjaw collars, all great things that I figured I might as well show, but didn't really add to the overall cost of the gym. Speaking of things that didn't add to the cost, people gifted us these huge dumbbells of 2 pounds, 5 pounds, and 15 pounds. I'm actually using them right now as I record this voiceover, making all kinds of gains. You see my deficit platform, a chalk bowl, you saw the deadlift jack, the kettlebell. I also have this bin of other stuff with sleeves and wraps and mobility type work that I just threw on the side that I can make even more gains on. When I'm done making gains in the gym, I can use this KitchenAid blender to make some gains in the kitchen, maybe some cupcakes or some cakes. Now, I didn't discuss anything like taxes or shipping just because that'll vary from person to person, and I didn't really want to get into the price of that because that doesn't really reflect the true cost of the gym, but we're looking at around $5,900 for everything you've seen here, which I think is overly expensive, but at the same time, I'm not mad about it whatsoever. I think I have everything I need here to make some good quality gains, as well as some good quality equipment that will last me a long time. Now, one of the things that also helps me buy some of this equipment is from time to time doing things on the channel, like telling you about the NASM, and they are still offering that 2-week free trial of their services if you're interested. There's a link in the description box below if you want to get 2 free weeks of NASM. In the meantime, as always, thanks so much for watching and stay big.